give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
After a wild Richmond race last week, which saw 6 cautions, 2 flips, fantastic racing, and bad luck from the race leaders multiple times, it was no Clifton stealing the race win at Rockingham for his first win on the season. We end the first 8 races of the season halfway through the regular season after today, and we are back at the Rock for the first time since season number 2. Who can claim the race victory at the Rock is the Advanced Bus Corner at Rockingham Speedway. What's up everyone, it's the boy on Racing 97, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome everyone to Rockingham Speedway for the Advanced Bus Corner and for race number 8 on the season. And it's hard to believe that we will be halfway through the regular season after today, and we are at Rockingham for the first time since season number 2. It's been a long time, but we are in for a show here today. And after what we saw last week at Richmond, who knows what we will see here at this 1 mile unique shaped oval. And I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by the team of 2311 Racing, Chad Costas, up here in the booth, and welcome to Rockingham Speedway.
Thank you for having me. It's been a little bit since I've been up in the booth with you, Nathan, so happy to be back. Had a lot of fun last time out, and ready to try it on the Cup side this time.
Yeah, found out the truck race with me and you was fantastic at Phoenix a couple of weeks ago. And now it's time for some Cup action here, and it's going to be interesting because last night, just up a little bit, we saw the truck series make their return to North Wolfsboro and continuing kind of a throwback weekend here with past race drives that we've not used it since season 2 or season 3. Rockingham Speedway. Honestly, this is a new version, the 2016 version. What do you think we will see here at Rockingham since we've not been here in 3 seasons?
Well, that's a tough one for me. I wasn't around when we raced here, or when you guys raced here the first time, I should say. So I had really no memories to draw back on. I did watch a little bit of the testing with you before we started here, and I saw an awful lot of 3 wide, which I thought was interesting. Even later into the run, there were drivers putting it 3 wide and going for those aggressive moves. So I don't expect anything different in the actual race. I think we're going to see 36 super aggressive drivers going for a win at one of the best tracks the sport has to offer.
Oh yeah, without doubt. I was kind of criminally unaware that I didn't use Rockingham for season 2 or season 3, 4, but it's back in season number 5, and kind of have to wait and see what happens here. A little stat, the race winners from season 1 and season 2 are not even in the field, so no one that has won here is in the field, so we have a new one at Rockingham Speedway here today. And let's take a quick look at the point standings after 7 races in, and it is still all Joe Wachowski, who snuck his way into a 6th place spot last week at Richmond. He has a 17-point lead over Logan Williams, who starts on the pole here today. No Clifton, last week's winner, is in 3rd, 26 points behind. Skylar Taylor having a fantastic season for Jokers Racing, really starting to get their mojo going in that 20 machine, 37 points behind. 5th is William Beal, 46 points behind. Matthew Burnett with a great one last week for top 3. Is 6th in points, 47 points behind. Eli Bright in 7th, 53 points behind. A massive trouble week last week at Richmond for that 42 team. The defending champion of Dale Campbell is in 8th, 54 points behind. Trey Ball is 9th, 56 points behind. And Ace Garcia and Travis Crampton are tied for 10th in points, 58 points behind. And really, the points really shook up a ton after that wild Richmond race. So it's going to be very interesting of how everything will shake out in this one. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get these drivers rolling off for the 8th time of season number 5. And the first time since season 2, we are back at the Watt. 99 laps of action here today. Who do you think will win the Advanced Bus 400?
Well, I certainly don't think it'll be that pace car that just decided to drive headfirst into the inside wall, but we're going to gloss over that for a second. I'm picking a Toyota to finally get that first win on the season for the manufacturer. Unfortunately, I'm going to skip right over my two drivers and go to the 12th place starter of Nick Lopez. Joe Gibbs has looked good this year, and he's had speed. I think today's the day he gets it done.
Not bad pick. Lopez was up for that Richmond until got involved in the last crash of the night there. Joe Gibbs is starting to get a little bit of momentum halfway through the season. Here we go, halfway through the regular season after today. It will be Zachary Fitzwater and Logan Williams on the formal, and we are green flag racing for the Advanced Outpost Formal, and we are back at the Rock. Let's go, racing at Rockingham. A great jump from Logan Williams in that 17, but Fitzwater is going to stay in second. And here comes the all-time wins leader of Juan Garcia in that third spot. And one thing that you will see all day long, the outside lane is not going to be where you want to be. Maybe sometimes in turn 1, like we just saw Skylar Taylor get a little bit of one on that outside lane as Weem tried getting to the inside. But it's going to be a wild one here today, and always some crazy action throughout the field.
Yeah, I'm already starting to doubt my pick. That was probably not one of my brighter moments, as we see a lot of the guys going into turn 3 on essentially the third lane, and just all the momentum dies immediately. And it's not looking like there's a hole opening up either. I was expecting a lot of guys to just run it into the wall off turn 2 based on the test races.
Oh, no!
Oh, and there it goes. I apologize. That's
That might be an interesting teaming. Lopez gets turned on lap 3 down the back switch when we were focused on the 54. And that 54 team cannot catch a break this season. Every race has speed, but cannot get the results that they want, and now this could get interesting. First caution on lap number 3 is about 40 laps on fuel. 2 pit stops here today, and are we going to see some strategy gameplay here?
It looks like we might. The 22 of Bradley Ream keeping it low, and he is going to turn down into the pit lane. At least for the first half of the field, it looks like he's the only one. Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's,
oh, there's
we have
47.
We have one taker, a few takers in the back. Was the 42 in that crash? I didn't notice. I see he came down the pits as well.
A couple of these drivers might have been involved in that crash. I know that 16 was, there was 120, he's out. Lopez was, and yeah, Eli Blight was involved as well. Eli Blight had some damage, so I think minus the 22 and the 47. Yeah, 47 does not have any damage. Everyone else was involved in that crash, and it's gonna be interesting of how that shakes out with some strategy. A tough break early on.
That's yeah, that was an interesting one. We got that, get that first caution out of the way early, I guess.
Hopefully that's not the first of many. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the first caution of the day at Rockingham for the Advanced Outpost 400 for race 8 on the season. Well, here we go. We mentioned the early aggression and early 3-wide moves. Well, here we go. Off to number 2, we see Kennington to the inside of his teammate Nick Lopez, like right on the outside, and then we got Andy Miller, Kyle Sustry, and Wyatt Walker behind these guys, and the 19 kind of goes up the racetrack ever so slightly, and it looks like everyone just gets pinched right here, and unfortunately, I think the 24 ends up turning the 19 ever so slightly into the 24 of Nick Lopez, and that spins Lopez around. Eli Blight, Kyle Sustry, Andy Miller, big hit into that outside wall for the 54. The 47 did make it through. Joe Lukowski, maybe a tiny tap, but he's fine. Dewani with a big hit as well for that 14 machine. And unfortunately, Toyota's struggling season continues with 2 of their cars with damage early on lap number 3.
Yeah, like you mentioned, Nathan, it's just another one of those racing incidents. As you can see, they're all 3 wide. They're really turning into each other, and I'm not sure why, since it's on lap 3. And I don't think you can really put fault on anybody there. It's 2 rows of 3 wide, and they got together. racing incident. Nothing more than that. Just overly aggressive on lap 3.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Way too aggressive on lap 3 of 99 and still a long way to go. A couple of cars pitted in the back, like Hamill and Weem. Have to see how that strategy was out, but it'll be Logan Williams as the race leader. And let's get back to the early restart. First one of the day at Rockingham. Welcome back to Rockingham Speedway, and after the first caution of the day, we have a couple of retirees. We have the number 19 of Ronald Kennington, who is out, and who retired out, and then Ryan White, who was involved in that crash. This is a weird one I've not seen before, overheating. So I think what might have happened is the 14 might blew it the way and they couldn't fix it. So tough break for that 14 machine. A couple of course, like we said, pitted, and they might have 3 extra laps on fuel, and that's Weem and Hamill. Might have to watch out for that if this thing stays going for pit stops. On the restart, it will be Logan Williams, Zachary Fitzwater, Juan Garcia, the number 20 of Skylar Taylor, John Andrews, Matthew Hubert, Alex St. Vitale, Justin Zidell, St. Messi, and last week's winner of Noah Clifton rounding out the top 10. There's that early caution I was speculating that could happen. Hopefully we can have a nice green flag one here, and it will be a 3-4 lanes back to the green, back to the restart, and great restart from the 17.
It was, and wow, that looked like wall contact to me for Juan Garcia. I was just about to say basically the same thing you alluded to there. My pick of a Toyota winning this race doesn't look so great now. There are still a few up there, but the Fords are moving to the front fast. Oh, here we go again.
Oh, boy.
I take it back. I take back everything I just said. Go, Toyota.
Andrews made 3 wide through the middle of Skylar Taylor as Hubert is almost going to get turned. Oh, my goodness.
I can't handle another torn up 23 car.
You've had to deal with that a lot, unfortunately, this season. But luckily, this 23 has had a lot of speed, and he might have speed here today. The rookie up to 3rd, and Fitzwater, you know, maybe this might be all he needs. He got that first win at Richmond last week in the Truck Series, starting 2nd here today. But that'd be something if he can all of a sudden just go on hot so we can get multiple wins on the channel. That would be kind of ironic, but Fitzy is doing a great job in 2nd. And how about this rookie? We have a pair of rookies in 2nd, in 3rd and 4th, Sam Vitale and Matthew Hubert. And now this is going to be interesting a lot. Oh, no.
That was a car that was involved in that incident as well, but I didn't think they had a whole lot of damage. Kyler Sestrai on pit road.
That's unfortunate.
I can't see it being a strategy thing.
Yeah, they must be fixing damage or something. That's a tough play for the 24. Fitzy with a great one down into turn 1. It's going to be a little bit harder to pass though, with it being a single file restart versus a double file restart with double file start. Here comes Noah Clifton trying to go 2 in a row for Trackhouse. For Trackhouse, they could have had a couple wins early on in the season, like Homestead was one of them. They had both cars inside the top 10 all night, but got taken out in the same crash. It's a good one for Noah Clifton. Ace Garcia just got inside the top 10. John Andrews in 10th. And then with Joe Wachowski is starting to make his way up towards the front after starting towards the back of the field. Unfortunately for Legacy Motor Club, Eli Boyd's had a rough couple of weeks, but Wachowski is still doing a great job. If you want to talk about a rough couple of weeks, how about this guy of Anthony Hernandez? Could have won last week at Richmond, but blew up late. And that's actually 2 in a row. He blew up at Atlanta as well, so hopefully that 6th machine does not blow up a 3rd time here today.
That was quite a move, exactly what I would expect from somebody like Anthony Hernandez. Just dive into the inside, have no regard for anybody else, but sometimes that's what you need to have success in this type of racing.
Yeah, about it's going to be interesting if what ends up happening, because now, definitely, I think these guys got the early caution out of the system, and saying, hey, it's still a long way to go, about 75, 80 laps to go still. Let's get around the pit stops in and cycle in. And oh boy.
Oh boy. See, this is what the people came to see right here. 2311 going to the front. With one car anyway. The other one's kind of disappeared, but That's okay. He's had the limelight most of the year. It's the rookie's time to shine today.
And clearly that is the case. Matthew Hubert, he's had a lot of speed, but it's not gotten the results that he's wanted. He has had a lot of bad luck deep in the point standings, but trying to make a good one here today. And how about Sam Vitale? He also is a guy that has had some decent luck, but not the best luck. Started on the formula for the 500, but ever since then it's climbing up and down. And oh yeah, I would like to mention we are getting close to the All-Star race, and the format I think will be released in the coming weeks. But one way to get in is if you win a race before the All-Star race. So drivers like Hubert, Sam Vitale, and any other rookies, if they want an easy ticket into the All-Star race, all you have to do is win. And
Win.
And that's what Hubert's trying to do. He's trying to chase down last year's All-Star race winner in Logan Williams.
I can't help but notice the blend of experience and rookies up at the front right now. I mean, you've got Logan Williams, who it seems like over the last 2 months across all NR series, he can't lose. I don't know how he's doing that, but it's very impressive. Followed by 2 rookies to the series, I should say. I don't know what their background is like in other series. And then, of course, Zachary Fitzwater. I don't think there's anybody that's ever even heard of this game that hasn't heard that name before. It just goes to show you, if you know what you're doing with those ratings points, anybody can have success here. And it's that's what I like about it, as we may see a pass for the lead here soon. The 17 taking a very defensive line, but it's not defensive enough. Hubert to the lead, or trying anyway. Oh, he's cleared.
Oh yeah, Hubert's gonna get the 2 rookies are gonna take 1 and 2, but Sam Vitale with a great one.
He might lose it.
Oh my goodness, a great one down the front stretch. Not gonna be able to quite get there. And now this is gonna be interesting. It's gonna be maybe a second half to 2 seconds of fall off. Maybe not 2 seconds, but close to 2 second half. Peeking down to the inside, that might allow Logan Williams to try this outside lane.
Definitely left the door open for the outside lane, but I think that was by design, and especially in 3 and 4, that outside lane can't seem to do anything. And now that he's lost to clean air, Logan's starting to drop back a bit, losing a few spots. I believe you were just talking about Clifton a second ago. I think he was back half of the top 10 anyway, and here he comes once again, making a run to the front, going for another spot on the inside.
Clifton is starting to get on a roll. He was not really up front always along at Richmond until very, very late, and got lucky, and got the race victory. Unfortunately, that had to happen at the case of the 6 blowing up and the 34 having a brake failure, but nevertheless, Clifton still got the race win, and it was a Aussie sweep last week at Richmond. As oh my goodness,
they're looking 3 wide again for a second.
Starting to get a little bit wild.
17 is dropping off. I'm not sure if something's going sideways in the car or if it's just the dirty air now that he's not in the lead, but wow, he's outside. Is he outside the top 10?
He's 9th.
He might be in.
Yeah, he went close to 8th. And that's just...
I suppose. He did get passed before the start-finish line, so that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's just the nature of Rockingham with the outside lane not being where you want to be, but also that could be maybe a little something of that 17 not having quite the all-one color that he necessarily wants to have. As here we go, you want to talk about experience, his 2nd season in the Cup Series. Idell, he could have won at Richmond, but had a bad pit stop and got trapped in the back, and that ended up costing him a good finish. Idell trying to get the inside lane to work, but Sam Vitale with a great one on the outside lane. The outside lanes can sometimes work in 1 and 2, not so much in 3 and 4.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. I was expecting Justin to take that and run with it, and even off turn 4 of the 12 cars, putting up a fight. I want to say he'll be clear here, and it looks as though he will be, but that, to be honest, that took an extra lap more than I thought. It's good to see, it's refreshing to see, but I don't expect it to be the norm today. I expect that inside line is going to continue to prevail as it did there with Clifton moving to third and San Vitale dropping another spot.
Yeah, I was not expecting that to really work out. I think that just shows of how strong the 12 car was there for a couple of laps.
Oh, for sure. I can agree with that, yeah.
He's gonna see it all over the back bumper of Zachary Fitzwater and gonna take a quick look and oh yeah, Tyler can definitely notice that Tyler's taking into effect here about a second or so of Tyler fall off, and gonna be interesting of how that plays out. But you know who's loving all the battles for second on back is this guy, Matthew Cooper, up to 1.2 second lead now.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. Across all series, I feel like it's rare to see a driver pull away to such a lead. Like I know it happens every so often, but there's almost like a rubber banding effect. It's interesting for sure.
Oh yeah, without doubt, and have to see if that 23 team can keep up the speed up to this point and see if anyone fast enough can get up there. Both front wheel cars are having a great one, and great to see both front wheel cars having some good ones. How about this guy again? Both RFK cars in 9th and 10th, so great speed for that team. That's one of the more consistent teams. Normally it's always 7th F1, but the last 2 weeks the 6 car is starting to have some good speed as of late. So RFK as a whole is starting to get some good momentum. Same with Trackhouse, with all miles was outside the top 10. Both Trackhouse cars inside the top 11. Juan Garcia in 12th. How about Donnie Farmington, one of the rookies for Stewart-Haas Racing this season, up inside the top 15 and 13th. Matthew Burnett in 14th. And then Trey Barlow, 3 rookies to know right here. Barlow started towards the back in 35th, and he's up inside the top 15. And right behind him is the point leader of Joe Witkowski.
I feel like something needs to be said about that 41 car. When we were doing the test races not all that long ago, that 41 was on rails. Trey Barlow, nobody could catch him. He could pass whoever he wanted, and now we're in the actual race, I guess you could call it, and he started 35th and already up to 14th, and we haven't even made it to the first pit stop yet. Although we're approaching it, we haven't got there yet, and he is flying again.
Yeah, Barlow is flying, and I don't know if something happened with the 23, but he lost about half of his lead that he once had. It was 1.3, and it dropped back to 6/10 of a second.
It's going to be way less than that at the line too. Zidell is on a heater right now. Probably the second or third in a row, I should say.
I hate to break it to you, but
God.
I think this 23 might bunt up his stuff there, trying to build too much of a lead too early in the run.
Oh, that's okay. He gets some brand new stuff here in a few laps.
Yeah, that is a very valid point. The caution came out on lap 3, lap 4, and basically all but 2 cars stayed out that were not involved in the crash. So, in theory, we should see pit stops in about or at or around that 40-ish. Might be a couple laps later with that caution, but this is interesting. Might need to do some adjustments on that 23 machine, as he might not have as good a long run car as some of the others behind him.
Well, it's funny that you say that because the 38 caught him, and now he's starting to pull away again. And he will, of course, gain some time on these two battling side by side. But it seems like once the 38 got there, the cars behind him were able to close in, and now Hubert's gone again. Like he's up to well over a second, just because of Zidell getting on his back bumper. I don't even know what to say with that.
The unique things that happen at Rockingham. You know, we've not been here since season 2, and this is something I forgot happens at Rockingham. It's very unique, to say the least. Oh my goodness!
Ooh, that was almost a really bad side draft.
It's like they'll try this outside lane in 1 and 2, and he's gonna get a 1, but it's not gonna work out in 3 and 4. As this is very interesting, but I bet Toyota loves to see what they see with that 23 out front. And now the 99 of Noah Clifton's gonna take that second spot. Might have to watch out for the 7 of Ace Garcia though, inside the top 5 now.
Yeah, I feel like that's a name I haven't heard a lot of today for sure. I know you commented when he broke into the top 10. Oh boy.
Oh.
Oh, that's... You know what? It was clean. Oh, he's pitting.
Oh.
Oh, that was... Well, that would explain the... No, it still doesn't explain the 3 wide move, but it looked good for the viewers.
Yeah, that was a little bit aggressive right there, and right on lap 39 coming to lap 40, right when I thought they would pit. And here we go. First pit stops of the day should be 2 of them, about 40 laps on fuel. See what this 23 can do. Is the race clear before the cycle begins, and the 45 car is also on pit road. A lot of cars on pit road this time by, and it's going to be a clean stop on that 23 machine.
Yep, good stop. That's what we wanted to see. Now, is the 24, is he
I think he might
pitting
be
again? Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, the 24 was a lap down, but he's pitting again. I'm not entirely sure.
Oh, there's contact. The 4 and the 20. It looked like. Oh, forgive me here. I don't have the roster open. The 4 car of
Beal,
who was that?
Brand Beal.
Okay, my apologies. It looked like there was some contact between Beal and Taylor there, as one was exiting, one was entering their pit stall, but it didn't look too severe. I think we're all right.
It didn't.
Everybody's
look
okay.
Too bad.
Only thing hurt our feelings.
And I bet LFK loves having both of the guys right next to each other on pit road. Oh my goodness, that's 3 right off of pit road there between Garcia, Burnett, and Barlow.
Burnett playing the safe strategy and just backing out of that one, wanting nothing to do with 3 wide re-entering the track.
And now this is where those guys that pitted under caution, like Dale Camel, Nick Lopez, Bradley Ream, and Eli Blight, they all still out there on the racetrack because they pitted a couple laps later under the caution. Hamel's still staying out. Nick Lopez is in. Eli Blight is in. And where's Bradley Ream? I think.
Go, turn 1 and 2, right ahead of Hubert.
Yeah, there we go. So there's Ream, and there's Hamel. In theory, I think these two should pit very, very soon. And yep, I would.
It looked like the 22 got put to the outside, but the new tires, it should be more than enough to. Yeah, no harm, no foul there. I'm not sure what the strategy was they played. I'm pitting on lap 3 or 4. It looked like Hamill had made his way back into the top 15, but I mean, the only thing I could think of for pitting after that first caution was just throwing away your track position. So if that was their goal, they did a great job.
Yeah, like, it's interesting. We will have to wait and see if it ends up working out during the second stop, if they think that this could be a caution-free race to end from here after that first yellow. But it will not be the case for that number 47 and 22, as it will be the number 23 back out front as the race leader. Should be, as he will be the leader at the line. And yep, there it is. He is the race leader once again. Have a 1.5 second lead over last week's winner of Noah Clifton in second. Alex San Vitale in third. Justin Zeidel's going to be in 4th, Ace Garcia in 5th, trying without outside lane. And then the second front row car is in 6th, All Miles in 7th, Skylar Taylor in 8th. This guy, Joe Lukowski, is inside the top 10 now after starting in the middle of the field. This 43 is on Wales this season. And then Fitzy rounds out the top 10.
Alright, you got to be honest with me, Nathan. How much is Jericho paying you to make those LMC cars so good?
Nothing.
Oh, you're doing it for free. I see. I'm just messing with you. I'm just messing around. Everybody's doing their ratings the way they're supposed to. It's just, honestly, luck of the draw, nothing else. But it's funny. It gives us something to talk about, which is interesting.
Luckily,
I don't think he's done. I think that 43's gonna keep making moves.
Yeah, that 43 might not be getting good qualifying ones, but they keep on getting moved. They have the setup to make moves and get inside the top 10. Unfortunately for Legacy Motor Club, it's been like this all season where if one car is good, one car either has a bad one or gets involved in a crash. Last week, it was Eli Blight who had a cylinder go down on him under the early restarts, where he was the leader, had a cylinder go down, and that really put his momentum always falling and got involved in some crashes. Wachowski, on the other hand, barely missed a crash, and with all the chaos, got a 6th place finish. And it's been like that all season, where either like Boyd has a good race and Joe Wachowski doesn't, or Boyd has a bad race and Wachowski does. Only 1 or 2 times both cars have been fast, and unfortunately with Eli Boyd and his issues, it's gonna be only Wachowski getting the love from me as the commentator and up front. But Fitzy, I really want to shout out Fitzy. Inside the top 10, last in the point standing. He says he's had a lot of bad luck here in the Cup Series, but like I said earlier, maybe break through that first win and maybe can finally have some good luck on the channel. A top 10 1 here so far.
It wouldn't surprise me at all to see that 15, or the driver of the 15, reel off back to back, or 2 out of 3 or 4 wins. I mean, I think it can't be said enough how amazing it was, how long we had to wait for that first win, and I unfortunately didn't get to witness it. My work schedule has been terrible the last couple weeks, so I have unfortunately missed the last few races, but a belated congratulations, I will say, to Zachary Fitzwater. But I mean, he's everywhere. He's in every NR series essentially, and he wins, plain and simple.
He's basically
it took
the
a long time
of Minala, and for him to finally get the win on this channel, it felt pretty good. That's the only prize win I won all year, was Fitzy to win at least once this season, and I got it. So have to see if he can click off 2 or 3 more.
Did you say he's like Richard Petty?
And the fact that he wins everything and everywhere, and he probably has like
okay. I
but yeah,
I just thought I misheard that. I had to laugh because of the car he's racing with right now, but
so
got the 43 behind him.
This is gonna be interesting. I know Hamill and Lehman and Blight, they are doing an alternate strategy, but this might work out in the long run. They're gonna have 4 laps fresher tires than these guys, and with the tire at Rockingham, it's about a second half plus a fall off. I don't know, it might work out for Hamill. Right now, he is currently in the 16th position, trying to chase down Eli Tway Bow for the 15th position. So might have to watch out if that strategy works out and Hamill can still get a top 10 doing an alternate tire strategy. But right now it is still the top 5 spots are mostly the same. But I don't know.
Clifton lost a few spots. Clifton, San Vitale, and Garcia got them while we were talking about a few drivers further back. Still hanging on to 4th place, but we talked about it earlier. That 12 car looks really fast, and I don't know where it came from, but the 7 of Ace Garcia is starting to look the same way. They closed in a little over a tenth the last lap, San Vitale did, and it was what's that? Half a second, a little over half a second that past lap. So we're starting to see something similar to what we had on the first round, where the 23 is being reeled in quickly.
This 23 might not have the long run setup as some of these other guys do, and this could get interesting. Lap traffic. Eli Boyd has some damage. This 24, I think, also has some damage. And then
we have clean cars too.
The 77, 31, 16 has damage. The 22 of Ream also on that strategy, not working out for him. We got a lot of cars back here that don't have any damage, so this is a 1 mile racetrack. I knew probably if this was to stay green, we would have lap traffic eventually, and that might be the case here soon. And tell you what, these rookies have came to play, and San Vitale is gaining on its number 23 in a hurry. Oh my goodness.
Oh, absolutely. That last lap, it was only 0.05 of a second, but the lap before was almost a full second. To see they're both, I don't know what it is. The high side is not the place to be when you're side by side, but it seems like they want to run that lane. I don't know if that's a strategy to save the tires a little bit, maybe a little something for the right rear on exit, but whatever it is, the 12 is doing it way better.
And here we go, side by side for race lead, and not really side by side for race lead. Easy
That was
right there. And San Vitale is to the race lead.
Yeah, that was side by side for a split second, and first dropped back to third in essentially the blink of an eye. Not the first time we've seen it today, probably not the last time, as we still have. Oh, what would that be? At the line, we'll have 37 laps left. We still have basically a full tire run left.
Oh yeah, in theory, if they really wanted to, they could probably pit now, but have terrible tires at the end of the race.
Yeah.
So I think they pit around that 40 to 44. I think they should pit around 80 to 84-ish. So that could get interesting of how that plays out, because that's going to be the money stop.
I did some real bad math in my head there. I was starting to think about would anybody be crazy enough to try 2 tires at the end, but then I quickly realized it wouldn't be a 10-lap run, it would be a 20-lap run. So you can probably throw that idea out and forget I ever mentioned it. But it is going to be interesting. I can't see anybody pitting really before lap 80. They'll get the most they can out of this set and then have the most amount of, well, not the most amount of time possible, the least amount of time possible on that brand new set of stickers to finish the race off.
Yeah, without doubt. Definitely a lot calmer than what we saw at Richmond, but this is a normal race. Not too much carnage, got some tire strategy, and this has been a pretty solid one here at Rockingham. Sounds like a typical Rockingham form back in the day in the 2000s, so definitely an interesting one. And hey, we got all 3 manufacturers 1, 2, 3 right now: Ford, Chevy, and Toyota. I've not been able to say that much this season. Great one from Toyota, and Toyota, I think as a whole, is starting to get some momentum back, because 2311 has been fast all season, but has had bad luck, and then Joe is racing, starting to get some speed built into the race cars. So have to see what happens there. Top 10, as things stand, is San Vitale, Ace Garcia, Hubert, Clifton, Andrews, and the 38. That would be Justin Lydell rounding out the top 6. On Miles in 7th, Fitzy in 8th. The point leader is in 9th with Joe Witkowski, and then 10th is Skylar Taylor. Great one for the 5 of BP Ruiz inside top 11 and 11th. 12 for Fallington, great one for him. Great one for Anthony Hernandez, and here's the tire where it's starting to play into a factor. Maybe 3 or 4 lap flusher tires for Hamill inside the top 15. One thing I'm noticing, the rookies came to play here today. I mean, I guess a lot of these guys are rookies at this racetrack, but a lot of these rookies are playing very, very well at Rockingham, and there goes Hamill to the inside of Hernandez. Barlow in the 41 is in 15th, Jordan Stout in 16th, and then there's 17th, Logan Williams in 17th. As things stand, he will lose about 8 points on Joe Witkowski. So Witkowski, as things stand, will continue to grow his point of the year.
One driver I think we really need to keep our eye on for the rest of this race as we approach, well, not approach, we're actually under 30 to go now, but that number 10 car of Donnie Fallington, you mentioned him real quick as we were going through the field there. I don't remember where he started this race. Do you, by chance? No?
I did not.
I feel like it was near the back.
I feel like it's definitely.
And he might have even been last. If I'm, I don't know if he was quite last. Maybe I'm just saying that for dramatic effect.
I know he was not in the top 10.
Regardless, he's fast. He's very fast. That it seems like he's been. We haven't seen much of it, just where he's been mired mid-pack most of the day, but he's. From what I understand, he's been passing cars, and he's still doing so, and he's got a lot of laps left. Would we be able to look at his interval real quick? We got the top 10 there.
Let's see, 25.7. Let's see, this time by is the 25.7, 25.8.
Oh, like how far back he is, I mean.
Oh.
Sorry. That's
8.5 seconds.
So it's about what it was a few laps ago when you were doing your through the field, but I really think that's what we need to watch for. It might not be a race-winning car, but this is
definitely top 10.
this is a strong performance from yet another rookie,
Mhm.
and like you said, they're definitely here to play today. Everybody, or essentially most of the field, may be a rookie to this track, but anybody that's been in the car before this season, you can't beat that experience overall. But the rookies, the true rookies to the season series, they're impressing me big time today.
Mhm. The number 10 at Farmington, rookie. Wes, rookie. Taylor, rookie. Let's see. There's some veterans back here in the back half of the top 10, like the 34, 38, 1, 99, 15, and 43. Then back up to the front, Matthew Hubert, rookie. And Alexander Vitale, rookie. So a lot of rookies are up front, but we do have the number 7 of Ace Garcia trying to chase down.
Oh my gosh.
And,
look at that lapped traffic. I'm sorry to cut you off, but look at this.
Boy.
Cars. This is going to get really exciting.
We've not seen
I
this
never
all
I never
day.
thought I'd see this. This is
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Eric Monaco. That's unfortunate.
That's
is he going to make it around?
I don't think he is, but
I don't think he's going to make it.
I don't know if that's gonna be a caution. Is it?
I think
Doesn't. Nope. Nope. Some tracks on Stapleton does be a caution, not here at Rockingham.
And he's gone now. He's teleported to the pits. So
tough break for Monaco right there.
That's a terrible break.
LCO's had a rough
season. I hate to see something like that happen to one of the competitors, but fortunately it didn't bring out a caution, and we're going to get one heck of a battle here. 7 cars falling off a bit, but I don't think he'll have any trouble gaining it back with all these lapped cars that San Vitale has to work through here in the next few laps.
Yeah, I think it might come down to the 12 and the 7 for this race victory. Depending on pit stops, depending on lap traffic, it might come down to these 2. The 23 has just fallen off every time on the long one, and he's getting caught now by John Andrews.
Oh yeah, he's lost like a second and a half in the last couple laps. I would probably pit that car this lap. They are that's unreal fall off. I haven't seen anything like that. Oh my, that's almost 2 full seconds. Yeah, I'd take the sharp left turn right here.
Oh yeah, San Vitale's only a second and a half off, and yep, here we go.
Oh, there goes the 7. This could be interesting, because not only is Garcia going to have fresher tires, depending when San Vitale pits, this lap for sure, they're mired in lap traffic. And if they choose to stay out an extra lap, it's only going to compound the issue.
This could get interesting. I would assume, with it being basically 19, 20 laps to go, the 7 will probably take 4 tires. See this?
Are you seeing what I'm seeing too? A few people pit the lap before as well. Joe Rutkowski and Owen Miles in the lap before.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Oh, there goes the Louis Monaco. But yeah, Rutkowski and a few others did pit a lap before these guys. So that could get interesting. There's the number 99 in, and the 12.
It sure looks like.
There's the 12. Yep. And
looks like Zidell stayed an extra lap, unless that pass happened on pit road. I could be mistaken. No, there's just Zidell right there. Oh, that's interesting. We have a wide variety of pit strategies here.
And then as well, you also have to think about the drivers that stay out under that caution, like Dale Hamill and Bradley Weem, especially. Those two are on really wacky strategy, and we saw everyone pit around lap 79. These guys can probably stay out maybe a couple more laps around lap 84, I want to say.
I think that's going to hurt them, though.
Yeah.
I would have definitely pit with the leaders at this junction of the race, because they're not going to have the time for those 4 extra lap fresher tires to really pay dividends. I mean, we're 16, 17 to go right now.
Oh, what the?
Oh, what the?
The Fourier had a tire, and apparently he's out because of a tire. Okay.
Something ratings.
Something. something tire blue. I think that probably destroyed like suspension or something, and he's done. Raymond is on pit road.
Oh, that was tight.
Oh boy, Stout and Barlow right there. Let's see here. There, where's Hamill?
Ace Garcia is in the lead by a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, not in the lead right now. You know what I mean.
Once things cycle out, he will be in the lead. There's Hamill. And I think that's it. I think that's it. I think that's... Oh my goodness. Well,
Holy.
and there's Ace Garcia. Who's going to be the leader? I think it will be Ace Garcia. Hamill's still on pit road.
Yeah.
And yeah, but it will be the 7. Ace Garcia with the undercut by 1 lap.
A big lead, too. Over a second over San Vitale.
That might have been the experience that Ace Garcia has over the rookie of San Vitale, and might be the move that gets in the race victory. And it is official, as I thought. He's going to have a 1.5 second lead. The number 12 is in 2nd. And Matthew Hooper is going to be in 3rd. John Anders in 4th. Oh, Miles inside the top 5 now. And once again, Joe Wachowski is running in the 6th position. That
was a pretty good strategy play by those two, I think, coming a lap earlier. It's not really... There's really not enough time for the tires to fall off a whole lot. That might be might have gained them in a few spots.
Oh my goodness. This is not over with how many laps of traffic we have, though. Oh my goodness. And all these guys had no damage, like White Walker, and Abel, Dylan Matthews, and William Blott. They had no damage as far as I know. So, this could get interesting. It might slow down this number 7 here.
Just goes to show the power of the ratings. The folks that drew the fortunate numbers this week. I mean, I'm sure there are some discrepancies in the rating points. Some people using them more wisely than others, but I mean, you would think it's relatively early in the season. There should be some discrepancy, but this is a big gap in performance for this race, especially.
And tell you what, Lord which while Clampton kind of got to the inside of Ace Garcia, slowed him down a little bit, and look at how much this 12 has gained. This is not over. This is going to be one of these two. Either Ace Garcia or out San Vitale if we don't get another caution.
Oh, no, don't do that. Oh, boy. Man, our leader is getting no respect from the lap cars. Well, never mind. It didn't hurt him.
Oh my goodness. The 54 is, the 54 is only 1 lap down, but still got moved by the 54. I don't know what the point is, unless he thinks that we might get another caution and he wants to be on the lead lap. And
oh, that's got to be the only thing at play here. The unfortunate part is we are so close to the end of this race and playing a big part in potentially helping determine the outcome. I understand wanting your lap back in case of a late race caution, but I mean, let's not ruin somebody's shot at a win. Nobody wants to see that.
Yeah,
I mean, if he keeps it up though, the 23's not too far back there.
This is not over.
Oh, that was aggressive.
Oh boy. That's what Garcia needs to do. He needs to be aggressive with these lap cars because he does not have that many in between himself and the number 12. Because San Vitale,
there's no time to mess around.
And with only 7 to go, we've seen this 12 car be fast all race long. If he can get past these lap cars, he would be all over this number 7 like a cheap suit. And Garcia got past the 11. Oh boy, here we go. The 12's going to get past the 54. And we're going to have a race for a lap or two to see if this 12 can catch up with the 7.
I like that line. All over him like a cheap suit. That was pretty good. Yeah, no lapped cars in between the top 2 now, and I was holding out hope that Hubert might make a late charge, but I think we've seen that all day with that 23 car. He just doesn't have the longer run speed. It's definitely going to be a battle between these two, especially if Garcia tries the outside lane, which it looked like he was about to get around Aaron Abel. Not something I would recommend. Wow, it's
Oh boy.
hard to believe that alternate tire strategy, how it's the 47's looking all right, but Bradley Reed is going a lap down.
Yeah, the 47's still inside the top 15, so not too bad for that team, but this 22 Aleem has been off all day.
This is... Guys, move over, please.
The 8, the 45 low second drive is holding up this number 7 now.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh boy.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Oh no, coming to 3 to go. We got a battle. We have got a battle.
3 wide with a lap cut
Oh
up top.
no. That might... You would have to presume the inside lane's going to get the advantage here.
Garcia,
I mean, it's for the
oh
win,
my
though. Garcia's
goodness.
going to fight.
He's gonna fight on the top side.
Oh, are we going to see the... Oh, wow. He kept it.
Wow. Okay, Garcia.
I was expecting him to hit the wall, going like not like the proverbial wall of momentum dying, not the physical wall, but we are 2 to go, and he's kind of pulling away. He might have found something late.
He's running away with that momentum that he got in 1 and 2. That was incredible. And now...
That might be it.
Well, that might have been the move of the race right there for Ace Garcia. White flag is out for Caleb Rose and Spire Motorsports. It was not easy to say the least, but if he can hang on for one more lap, it's going to be the first win on the season for Spire Motorsports.
That was... I don't even know what to call that there. That was impressive. I figured it was over. I thought Sam Vitale had it, but hey, he made it work.
Off of turn 4, only 1 caution, and Spire Motorsports is going to win. Ace Garcia wins the Advanced Outpost 400. Only 1 caution early on, and it might have been a strategy race. It might have been a little bit of a tire game, but we saw a duel late, and we didn't know who was going to win between the 7 and the 12. But Ace Garcia, that veteran experience, plays off and gets the win here today.
That was... I'm just going to go ahead and say it. That was the best NR race I have ever seen. That had everything. We had pit strategy. We had a long green flag run where the leaders were able to catch up to lap traffic and had to work their way through that. And like you said, we even had a late battle at the end. 2 to go, and the leaders were side by side into turn 1. I mean, I don't know how you can beat that. That was incredible.
Yeah, you know, for almost a caution-free race, but that had everything minus all the cautions. That's kind of what I was hoping Richmond was going to be last weekend. Well, last week, I should say, but it had the 6 cautions late. But how about that? Ace Garcia, his 3rd season in the Cup Series, and he gets the win here today. So close for Alex St. Vitale. I thought he could have had it there, but gonna get 2nd. Hubert in 3rd. Andrews and Zidell, pair of great ones, a pair of top 5s for Front Row Motorsports. Watkowski again, his 2nd straight 6th place finish. And that 43 team cannot be stopped here. Zachary Fitzwater, though, another top 10. I think that's his first top 10 on the season, actually, in the Cup Series, and that is. So, you know, I think Fitzy might take that as a win. And Fitzy might get on the roll here. Might have to watch out for him in both Cup and trucks, apparently. On Miles in 8th, BB West in 9th. And Trey Barlow rounds out the top 10 late. Farmington also close with the top 10, but gets the 11th place spot. Third place for Noah Clifton. He was inside the top 5 all day and comes home in 12th. Stout Taylor Hernandez finally finishes the race and does not blow up a 3rd time in 15th. Garcia, Beal, Hamel, top 18-1. That's top half of the field with that strategy, but maybe could have been better. 19th for Logan Williams. Watkowski is going to have, I want to say, almost a 30-point lead over Logan Williams at least going into the next race after the break, which is Talladega. So that's going to be wild. 24 cars on the 24 cars on the lead lap. 20th on the last car on the lead lap. And then a bunch of cars 1 lap down. Substrate 2 laps down. Messi just had a tire explode and damaged the suspension. Monaco with a camshaft, that's what happened to him. And then the only 2 cars out from the only crash the other day, Kennington and then Dwan with the overheating issue, which I assume blew out the radiator. So, what a race was final thoughts, and what's the final thoughts before we go into the first off week of the JBL Cup, and then we go into Talladega next week.
Oh, I think I covered most of it on the cooldown map there. Just once again, this was... I stand by my statement that this was one of the best, if not the best, NR race I've ever seen in my life, and I hope the viewers enjoyed it as much as I did. Just a couple notes on some drivers. Donnie Follington never quite made it to the top 10, but still a very impressive run for him and Bardo, for that matter, coming from the back of the field, and the teammates were able to straddle that top 10 position. I forget who the other one I was going to mention was, so I guess we're just going to gloss over that. I'll get back to you if I remember it. And I'm starting to notice a trend here when you have me up in the booth, and I think the drivers with the last name Garcia might appreciate me coming around a little more often.
Yeah, that's very true. Phoenix for the 12th race, Juan Garcia won. Here today in the Cup Series, Ace Garcia wins. So good to see Ace Garcia, and maybe he wants to be in every single race so he can win the rest of the season. But fantastic one from Ace Garcia, and you know, that's going to help him. He was 7th in the point standings, and that's going to move him up a little bit in the standings for sure. Like I said, next week is a off week for the Cup Series, but we have the longest race of the season for the 12th Series at Texas next week, the Pizza Hut 400K. That's going to be at Sign, and then after that, it's Talladega for both Cup and 12th, so that's going to be wild for sure. Lukowski's been dominant, but that can flip everything around at Talladega, and I have to wait and see what happens there. Thanks for Jack Haas for showing me up here in the booth, and congratulations to Ace Garcia on the race victory. Next week is 12th, and then after that it is Talladega. So until the Pizza Hut 400K for 12th Series action at Texas next week, we will see you guys then. Bye!